This is Tanya's Twisted Tales, vlog number 12. This vlog will focus on my life during this pandemic. When I did my original vlog, the pandemic had just started. At that time, we did not know much about COVID-19. We have learned so much in the months that followed. Yet, we still have a lot more to learn. So it's been about 8 months since this pandemic has started. It has affected all of us in some way. Those like myself who are very high risk, or those having family members that are high risk, are hopefully being especially careful. Summer was somewhat normal. With the nice weather, we could get out and enjoy things. I adopted 2 new dogs, Bear and Izzy, and I spent a lot of time getting to know them. I also spent a lot of time with my nephews. We hit the local pool because it was mostly empty. We even did our 3-day annual family camping trip at a nearby state park. We had lots of fun being in nature while still having AC and full electricity. I did some day trips to a local zoo, a petting farm, and a small amusement park. I was able to venture out more, especially with these outside events. I saw a few friends during this time. I also met every Friday night with a group of people on Zoom from across the world. We all happened to listen to the same podcast. This is something good that came out of the pandemic. It had me try new things and adapt to things I would normally avoid. I continued to do arts and crafts, trying new things. I also tackled a bunch of more puzzles, and I did lots of organizing. I tried new kinds of art like diamond art. Some bad things that have come out of the pandemic, at least for me, was not seeing friends and family. Not being able to volunteer in person with the organizations I do and the children that I work with. Not going to movies or out to restaurants, or even to sit in a bar. No sports took place for many months, or new TV shows. No live music was a major bummer, as concerts have been postponed or canceled. Another thing bad that came out of the pandemic is the shortage of ventilator supplies. The makers of these supplies switched to making PPEs, leaving us who need ventilator support at home tough out of luck for the most part. Not being able to see family when they have a procedure or are in the hospital has been frustrating. Not going in with my pets when they go to the vet is hard. I read some books, got hooked on 90 Day Fiancé and all the spin-offs, and listened to tons of podcasts. I have seen all sides of how people are handling this pandemic, from people that have not left their home in months, to people that don't believe in masks or social distancing. I have seen a divided country over police brutality, equality, politics, and of course, this virus. I have not seen a lot of support for the disabled or elderly, or those of us in general with health concerns. Some people just want us to stay home so they can go about a normal life. No. That's a total cop-out. I have things I need to leave the house for too. My life matters too. Although I'm staying in more to avoid the virus, I still need to get out of the house too. I have seen young people in assisted livings and nursing homes not able to leave their rooms or the facility for months at a time. I have seen the elderly unable to see family until the day they are literally in their deathbed. Those are the lucky ones that get to see family at all. Each person that enters your home could put you at risk of contacting COVID-19. Having home nursing or personal care workers can also put you at risk. No matter how careful you are, this virus does not discriminate. You can do your best, but it might not be good enough. I have seen basic doctors and therapy appointments move to online. This is great, something the disabled have been demanding for years. Unfortunately, not everyone has this technology or the knowledge of the technology to do this. I have seen voting go to more absentee ballots. This also is great for people with mobility or transportation problems due to their disability. With most schools not in person, lots of children are missing out on things, especially disabled children. OT, PT, special education, speech, counseling are just some of the things that they may not be getting. The disabled population, pre-pandemic, are more likely to be isolated. With the pandemic, this is true for most people, but not as isolating as it is for the elderly or disabled. People with high risk, in some cases, had to stop working, shifted to work from home, or they just had to risk getting sick. Many disabled folks like myself spend their time volunteering, and they had to step away from doing that. I always say disabled are the forgotten minority. It sure feels that way today, as it did when I was growing up. If we are all in this together, why are we going in a million different directions? Things you can do for the disabled or elderly may not be physical contact, but maybe just drop a phone call, ask if they're okay. Reach out to the elderly and disabled. Send a card saying, thinking about you. Maybe cook them a meal. Shovel their snow. Ask to pick up their groceries. It's the little things. Just to let them know you are thinking about them and willing to help. Get to know your neighbors. I know that's hard to do now, but we need our neighbors more than ever. We need our family more than ever. We need our community more than ever. We need to come together and look out for everybody. Robert Kennedy once said, "Progress is a nice word, but change is its motivator. And change has its enemies." We can do better, people, but only if we come together. This is Tanya's Twisted Tales. I hope you have some things to think about. When you're feeling isolated, think about somebody else and how this pandemic has affected them. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, or tell a friend. We can all learn from each other.